All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, giving a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's elect. All right, I'm the brother Zion, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And basically, I was kind of just sitting here waiting on my kids to get out of school, and I was going through some precepts, kind of trying to figure out what to do a video on. And the Spirit led me to Revelation 18, because we all know that in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established, Babylon the Great must fall. This place known as America must be destroyed via thermonuclear destruction, because this is the most wicked kingdom on earth, and it's one of the Lord's main target, if you will. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is saving the best for last. So, our job is to prophesy, like it says in Jeremiah, I believe it's 28:8. Matter of fact, we'll start with that. That's our job, is to prophesy against these great kingdoms. Jeremiah 28:8, it says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." Okay, and we understand that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that war and evil and pestilence is coming to Babylon the Great. The sword, famine, death, and destruction is coming to Babylon the Great. So in order for us to receive the kingdom, in order for us to get new bodies, in order for us to have the law, statutes, and commandments written into our inward parts, this place must fall. This place must go. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is not going to be established, and then you have Babylon the Great over here doing wickedness. Once Yahweh Shai returns, all wickedness will be put out the earth. All right, so this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. It says, "And after these I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." Now that habitation of devils is going into the birds, the desert-like creatures that's going to survive, in those nuclear conditions, if you will. Okay, that's what it's talking about. As a matter of fact, I believe it's in Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 13, just to go precept upon precept. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. Matter of fact, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there." Okay, wild beasts of the desert. And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. For her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right, so that's going into what? Revelation 18. All right, and 2. "And the cage of every foul spirit, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Yeah, these other nations have accepted that wine, which is the philosophies and the wickedness of Babylon the Great. They've drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. They've accepted her ways of life, accepted her ways of living, you know, different policies and things of that nature. All the nations, suit and tie, you know. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That's why we say America is just a big corporation. It's a place where you can really just make money, you know, and be wicked. That's how the other nations are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All these nations come over here and make money. They set up shops, storehouses, restaurants, and they make money, you know, from being in Babylon the Great. They make money over here that they can't make where, you know, in their homeland. And they send that money back to their families. That's what the nations do when they come over here. And they lie in bed with this place. A lot of them get Americanized, forget their cultures, you know, because they begin to lie in bed with this place. They've drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And that's going into our salvation when we're beamed up into the chariots. Come out of her. Okay, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. What's the final plague? The thermonuclear destruction. How are we going to come out of this place? Via the chariots. Okay, that's what it's going into. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity. And iniquity is sin upon sin. You know, this was the main place that the children of Israel were enslaved. This was the place that put the most hell on the children of Israel. Both kingdoms, northern and southern kingdom. You know, going into what this place have done unto Judah, Benjamin, Levi, especially Gad and Reuben. You know, we have a terrible history.